Okay. Hi, guys. I just really wanted to check in with you all and let you all know how I was doing. Um, I posted a video earlier in the week in regards to me having surgery on March 13th at 7:30 a.m. Surgery was over at about 9:30. And I was telling you guys about how I had like a lot of nausea and things like that. That extended my hospital stay because they weren't able to start me on liquids yet. So I came home that Thursday evening. I came home around 5 or 6 p.m. And then, so I've been home. I didn't get a video out yesterday. I was very lethargic, just very tired and just super low energy, trying to adjust to being home, and adjust to, administering my own medication and things like that. Some of the things that I really wanted to address in this video was some of the questions that I received and via inbox and then also in the questions section, in the comment section. When I got sent home, I was sent home without the drain. So they took the drain out that day when I was leaving the hospital. So they took the drain out on Thursday. And they put some gauze on it and like a Tegaderm. Tegaderm is like a clear sticky sheet that they put on it for your skin. And they sent me home with that wrapped up like that. They sent me home with extra gauze, extra Tegaderm to be able to change my dressing. They told me that it would be fine if I get into the shower and, like take the Tegaderm and stuff off and then like let soap and things like that run into it. But don't like actually wash the area like you would if you were to cut your finger. You put soap on it, you wash that specific area. Don't do that. And don't do that to any of the other incisions. So technically I have 5 incisions. But then also technically I have 6 because that's the 6th location is where the JP drain was. It's Jackson Pratt drain or something like that. And the best way that I can describe the way that drain looks is, I don't know if you have a baby or if you've ever seen someone with a baby and they have those little squeegee bulb things. These are my nails. Squeegee bulb things that, like they clean out the baby's nose or their mouth with. It looks just like that, but instead of that short, little tube part, it's a way longer tube that came across. So the JP drain was in here, and it started here, and then the tube inside my stomach came all the way over here. So he took that out. They was sutured into my skin. They took the sutures off, took that out, and then just dressed the wound. And she said that would be oozing for a couple days, maybe even a week or two, depending on, my level of healing. Everybody heals at different rates. I've been feeling better since I've been home because you don't really heal in the hospital. You get treated in the hospital, you heal at home. And they also sent me home with my Hug Me pillow. Essentially, it's just a blanket that they rolled up and put tape on and then wrote Hug Me on it. The purpose of that is like for me to hold it here and like do coughing if I need to. So I don't know if you can tell, like this is my breast, this is my abdomen here, and my stomach. So you hold it here and you go cough it there, or if I need to sneeze, or if I'm walking, I can do that. I'm gonna stand up so you can see. They also sent me home with an abdominal binder. I specifically asked for this binder. You can see one of my incisions here. This is what they all look like. And I have another one here, right there, a little small one. I have more. But I specifically asked to be sent home with a binder. I told them, due to my jiggly stomach, it's very uncomfortable for me to be walking around. It causes me pain with my stomach just swinging around however it so chooses. And they said, oh, no problem, and very understanding. And they sent me home with one. Which was very, very kind of them. I wish I had something that can like really compare the way the box looked. Don't really have anything. Okay, it's over. I don't have anything to compare what the box looked like. But it was like this long white box, almost like a shoe box, a little smaller. That this abdominal binder came in. That's what they're called, abdominal binders, came in. And these are better to use. I know some people use waist trainers, but I wouldn't suggest doing that because waist trainers are in the corset family, and a lot of them have what they call bones in them. And that can be very trying on your skin and very, very painful and very unnecessary. These are very soft, they're very flexible, and they're machine washable. The only thing that I would say is make sure you stick it onto itself because it's stuck on by Velcro. Make sure you stick it onto itself before you throw it in the wash because you don't want it to damage some of your other clothing. I was also asked about, if they were really concerned about your allergies when it came down to different medications with the issues that I was having. If they had to give me blood or anything. They didn't give me any blood transfusions that they chose to share with me. If they did, it was something they kept a secret, and I don't think that they just do that. But they did. So I still have my hospital bands on. The white one is, I'm not going to show you the front of it, but the white one, it has like your information on it, your full name, date of birth. It's how they identify you at the hospital, your patient ID number. The red one, it has your allergies on it. It's your basically like a medical alert bracelet. So it has your allergies on it, which is mine's latex, natural rubber, and strawberry. I know, strawberry, And then the yellow one is what they do in the hospital. It's called like blood banding or a typing screen. So if they do have to give you blood, they know what your blood type is already. They did that for me on admission to the hospital, and they were, they were prepping me and all that. They drew my blood and did my blood banding, gave me my IV, that sort of thing. They sent me home with liquid pain medication. Can you see that? I don't know. Can you see this? Hydrocodone. Yeah. Hydrocodone and acetaminophen. They're on the same bottle. They took me off of pretty much all of my medication. The only medication that they gave me permission to continue to take that I was taking prior to going in for surgery is my bipolar medication, my mood stabilizers. Those are the only medication that they allow me to continue to take. And then my birth control. And my birth control only because it's an IUD insert. Now, had it been a patch or a pill or a shot or anything like that, they would tell me no. But because it's actually physically inside of my body, it's kind of like, well, whatever, can't really fight that. And then they also sent me home with a prescription for this. It's Zofran. It's a disintegrating Zofran. It dissolves right underneath your tongue. And I already had some at home, so I didn't fill that prescription because all in all, my prescriptions came up to about $350 for my copay because I have a high deductible. So I didn't refill my Zofran prescription because, like I said, I already had them at home because I already get that prescribed to me outside of all of this. And they also sent me home with a prescription for the Compazine nausea medication suppository, but I haven't needed to take that because the dissolvable Zofran has been working for me. As far as all the other things that I packed in my bag, because I work at a hospital, I'm a tech at a hospital, I know how frustrating it can be for hospital staff to have to continually come into your room and detach your IV because you want to take off your night coat or because you want to put it back on or because you're this or you're hot or you're cold. Because I know how frustrating it can be, I didn't bother bringing a robe. Because if I got cold, I can throw a blanket over my arms. I can, do things like that. So I did not bring one. I did not bring house shoes because it was unnecessary. I brought some slippers, like actual slide shoes. They were like $12 at Walmart. I can show you what they look like. They're just some regular old beat up shoes. I usually wear them to work anyway. So because they already have hospital germs on them, I figured why not, continue the hospital germ process, right? So these are it. They were like $12 at Walmart. Super comfy. Memory foam on the inside. That was that. I brought the Biotene, but because of how nauseous I was, I couldn't even tolerate the taste of it. And the taste wasn't bad. It was a minty taste, but I just could not tolerate it. I brought the Gas X Chews because I couldn't find the strips, but it didn't matter because I didn't have a lot of gas. A lot of people do have gas, but I personally did not have gas, so I did not need them. I didn't bother bringing anything to read because I have my phone. I'm very attached to my phone, which I really wasn't even on while I was in the hospital. So it really wasn't necessary for me to bring it, but I did bring an extension cord and my charger and things like that. But because my phone is my main source of entertainment, I really didn't need to bring a bunch of other things with me. So I chose to pack light. I did not bring socks because they have socks at the hospital. I did not bring washcloths and towels because they have those at the hospital. I did not bring pillows because they have those at the hospital. I did not bring blankets or sheets or anything like that because they have those things at the hospital. And it's extremely unnecessary for me to give me or my support system extra things to have to wash. So I didn't do any of those extra things. I just brought the bare necessities. I did not bring a toothbrush because they have those at the hospital. If you have any more questions, you just feel free to let me, ask me, and I'll be glad to answer you. The pain, the best way I can describe it is the way that growling hunger pain feels times 10. That's the best way I can, like, crampy pain.